Hi guys, welcome back. So I'm doing the Dragon 32 this time, and we're going to have a look at some stuff I got from Temu, which they call an air conditioning plastic whitener. So we're going to have a look at that and see how that works with it. The thing is this takes 2-3 days for it to actually activate and work properly. And they say if it doesn't get it bright the first time and it's not as white as you want it, do it again. So grab yourself a drink, some snacks if you need to, and remember this is 3 days. Not for you though. And that comfy chair, and let's have a look. Hi guys, and so we're going to get on to doing this Dragon 32 case. This is the stuff here. I've taken the foil out of the top and put the sprayer on it, and that's so later on if you're only going to use it sporadically and not very often, take this out, put the top in, it just stops it evaporating. The other thing we need, some paper towels, some Glad wrap or cling film, or the other stuff you can use is the plastic wrap for pallets and that sort of thing, if you can get some of that. The thing is with that, it's bigger and it's probably a little bit stronger than cling film. And of course some scissors so we can cut the cling film, and a little foam pad to brush into this as we spray it. So the instructions on here say to give it a good shake, then you spray the whole case. Then once you sprayed the case, you rip off your sheets of handy towel and wrap it over the top, and then dampen it down again with some more spray. Then you wrap it in cling film or Glad wrap, whichever one you want to call it, and you leave it for 2 to 3 days. So that's what we are going to do. For you it won't be 2 or 3 days, but for me it'll be 2 or 3 days. The weather's not meant to be that great either, so I would like to have stuck this out in the sun to see if the UV helps with it, but we're meant to have quite a lot of overcast weather and, you know, drizzle and rain on and off, so I don't want to leave this outside in the weather. So it'll just sit here on the bench until time comes that we've got to open it up again in about 3 days time. Alright, I won't bore you with here. I mean, I don't want to make a mess on here with spraying this and putting the handy towels and that on. I will go out into the kitchen and spray this and put the handy towels on and wrap it all up and come back. Maybe. Should I do it here? Throw caution to the wind, they say. So anyway, we'll just try and be gentle and not get it all over the place. Alright, so this has been shaken up quite well before. Just got to watch which way the little nozzle goes, and sprays on with this little atomizer. So you spray it on, and that's with the pad side, you just massage it in. And I say that's just to get into all the little nooks and crannies and things like that with it. And I'm looking down in those little holes. I'll use a toothbrush to get down into here, because that foam pad won't get down into it. So okay, right, and we can go down to the bottom bit. Try not to breathe it in, because it does make you cough if you do. But it doesn't have that peroxide type smell that doing a retrobriting does, because that has peroxide in it, and that's its active agent. So this I'm not 100% sure. I'd have to have a look have to have a look and see what it says its active agent is. It definitely makes you cough if you breathe the fumes in though. Okay, so that's all on there. So now we'll grab our handy towels, and I'll probably need about 4 sheets I think to cover the whole thing, because I want to wrap it around the corners as well. We'll go the other way actually. I want to wrap it all the way around the corners as well, so I can get all the corners done. And this is why they say once you wrap it, you spray it again, because this will soak it all off of the material you're trying to clean. So we got that, and then and as I've said before, guys, I don't know if this works or not. It was just something I saw, and I sort of thought it's worth a try. You just never know, rather than going through the peroxide side of things. Because sometimes when you're retrobriting, it can be a little bit hit and miss. I find at times with retrobriting, sometimes you can get that streakiness to it. So I thought, give this a try and see. If it doesn't work, it wasn't big money. A little bit more on there for it to pull down on. And I'm just patting it down so it gets into all the grooves where I want it to. Move him out the way, and then we get our cling film. And what I'm going to do is I will probably, because this is narrower than the dragon, I need to find where the opening is on it. And so what I'll do is I'll do it one way, and then I'll go the opposite way. You'll see when I do it. And that just, what that does is it just gives me a nice even wrap when I do it. So I'll start at one end. I'll have it hanging off the side a little bit, and then just run it around, lift it up, run it over and around. Gets a bit fiddly in a small space. We don't need that. And so what you're trying to do is encase it to keep the fumes and that inside. So the fumes and that and the moisture stays inside is what you're trying to do. So we'll go around that way. And I will cut that. So that and that and that. So I've put my first wrap around this way, going around it, and now I'm going to go that way around it. And what that is that just seals the whole thing up then, and just saves the air getting into it. that way. Come up on an angle. Here, and cut that off. And there we are. Now that's all sealed up in there, and it can take its next 3 days to do its job, and we will come back to it and see if it works or not. And as I say, if it doesn't work, guys, it wasn't that expensive. So if that doesn't work, we can give that a go. Got nothing to lose. I won't do it on the outside. I'll actually do it. Try it on the inside and see if I can get that a bit lighter. And if it works on the inside, then I know I can use it on the outside. Alright, so for me it'll be 3 days. For you guys, a couple of minutes. So anyway, I'll see you back here shortly. Fingers crossed. Hey guys, so it's been 3 days. Still looks quite yellow to me. I thought it would have looked a lot lighter, but I'm going to unwrap it. I have to take down the other end of the house, and I'll unwrap it, and I'll take that little foam pad they gave me and give it a bit of a scrub. This one. Give it a bit of a scrub while I'm washing it down in the sink. And I'll bring it back and we'll just see what it looks like and see if it looks any better than that. Or from that. I'll bring up the picture for the before this went on, and we'll have a look at it, and if need be, put another coat on it and give it a good scrub. And I haven't been able to leave it out in sunlight when I've gone out. It's not been very nice, so I haven't put it out, and then of course the sun's come out, so I haven't been able to stick it out in the sunlight. So it has been just in the room here getting the ambient light from the window, so that's the only thing it's had. Alright, but it looks as though it's still quite wet inside. The cloth looks like it's still quite wet. So as I say, I will take it down and see what happens, and I'll bring you back to it shortly. Alrighty? Hey guys, and welcome back. So I took it apart and checked, and it was pretty much as yellow as you could see in the video. So I cleaned it down, dried it off, and thought about it for a minute, and I thought, well, we're having a day or two of fine weather, so I decided I'd respray it, rewrap it, and put it out in the sun. So I'm going to bring it back in a little bit later today, and it's been out there for a day, and I'll unwrap it and see if it's made any difference. If not, I think then we can sit down and I'll make a decision on which way we want to go. The other thing I was thinking of is, because retrobriting uses peroxide, I was thinking, what about exit mold, which gets rid of your mold and mildew out of your shower, and it also whitens. Could try a little bit on the inside of the case and see if it makes a difference or not. Who knows? But anyway, we can try that. Try that in a little area, and then I could try the whitening polish in another area over the other side. And then what we can do is then I'll just do a small, around about a 20 mil size circle or so of each, and we'll leave them for a wee while and then see which one looks better. It may be a way to do it, it may not be, I do not know, but it's worth a try. So guys, I'll be back shortly and we'll see how this went sitting out in the sun. Hey guys, welcome back. So I've got the unit back and it's been out in the sun all day, and I've taken it out, given it a clean, taken all the glad wrap and everything off it, saran wrap, whatever you want to call it. So I'll put it over to you on the bench and see what you think. I think it's a little bit better, but what they claim and what it's done are two totally different things. Now the yellowing on an air conditioner is exactly the same problem that the PC cases have, which is the fire retardants in the plastic leach out and actually discolour the plastic. That's why they do it. So that's why someone stumbled across retrobriting, and that is why that is taken off, because it uses peroxide, and peroxide is a natural bleaching agent. That is why they use it. So I will put it over here, you guys can have a look and we'll see what you think. Hang on a sec, I'll just flip you over. Right, so there we go guys. So I don't know what you think. Do you think it looks lighter? I mean, that's the inside and that's the outside, and it's a little, to me it's probably a little darker than the inside is, but I don't know if it's lightened it up a lot. I think it might have lightened it up a fraction, but I don't think it's lightened it up a lot. Let me know. Jump into the comments and let me know what you think. As I'm saying, I haven't finished with the insides of the Dragon 32 yet, but I'm just wondering if we should try a bit on here of the whitener and of some exit mold, which I said has a bleach in it anyway. Yeah, the other thing too, this was completely cleaned before I started the test as well. Sorry, I did give it a clean down with warm soapy water and dried it, or rinsed it and dried it all off and everything before I went to try doing this whitening test, so it was definitely clean and dry. But anyway guys, I think I might try that on the inside of this case, probably along here, and just see what it does. I'll have to go and grab the exit mould that's down in the wash house in the laundry. Alright, so I will put this on first. I'll put this is that whitening polish, which is meant to be for whitening appliances, but it says on the packet that it's a shoe polish. So, I mean, to me it's more like a wax than anything. It smells nice, other than that. I can tell you that much. It's got a sort of a lemony smell to it, so I don't know if that's meant to make you feel better and think that it's done its job, or whether it's something else. But anyway, we will polish that on here. Doing a little bit more than my little circle I was going to do, but we will see how it goes. And I will just have a quick read of the minute instructions on the back, and we'll just see what we're meant to do with this after we've put it on. Hang on a sec. Okay, so what it says is we wipe it on and polish it around in circles, and then when we are finished wiping it round and round in circles, then we have to use a dry cloth of some sort to wipe it off. And I can't see how this is going to fix this for us somehow, guys. To me, this is just more of a take dirt off your shoes type of stuff. As I say, it feels waxy like a paste. Yeah, I don't think that's done anything at all. So it probably is what it says it is. Somebody's decided to sell me some shoe whitening well, I don't even know if it's a polish. It's probably just a cleaning compound for cleaning shoes. It's probably nothing to do with whitening them. But this is half the thing you got to watch out for when you're buying stuff from overseas, is they'll label it as one thing and sell you something totally different. So the wife's got some white shoes, so I think that might do her. Not much good for anything else. Right, so yeah, definitely I think if you're looking at that, all it's done is made it shine a little bit more than anything else. I don't think it's done anything at all. So, alright, I will go down and I will grab the exit mould, and what I'll do is I'll probably soak it on a piece of this and then rub that into this, and then maybe let it sit on it for a while, and we'll see how that goes. Alright, because exit mould doesn't need much for it to start actually taking the colour out of in your caulking and that in your bathroom, so, or the silicone or whatever you have around it. Alrighty, so I will. The only thing with that stuff is it stinks because of the peroxide in it. But anyway, I will take one for the team. So, be back shortly. Right, so got my exit mould. New lemony formula, it says. A bit of a clean. I'll put some on. See if this pump works first. If not, I'll have to. I don't think it does. I'll have to take that off and manually put some on here. Bit much, but I think that should soak it all up. And with exit mould, you don't need to wrap it like you do the other stuff. I mean, it may not worry it wrapping it in this, because I don't think it's the fumes that does what we want to do. It's actually the ingredients in it. So yeah, it's the peroxide in it. Now this is quite an old bottle, so I don't know how well this will work. If this doesn't quite do much, I might have to grab some tomorrow from the supermarket and see how we go. But we'll leave that on there and we'll come back to it and see what it does. So we'll leave it for a day or so and then we'll come back and have another look. So at this stage I'm going to end this one here, and as I say, we will come back to it. See you soon. Well guys, so unfortunately not a conclusive finish to this video, but a part 2 coming. So hopefully we do get some better results from the other one, and if not, I might just keep it at the colour it's at, put the labels on it, and it can be the next person's issue if they want to retrobrite it. Alright, so hopefully you're enjoying this so far and having a good laugh at my expense. Anyway guys, as I always say, have a great day, have a great week, and until next time, hopefully we get this thing sorted. Ciao.